Good afternoon, Dr. Gressick. This is Blog 5. I covered specifically, if you looked at the videos in order as you had them posted, the first case and the fourth case, respectively. And so I'll just hit each question for each case. Pretty simple format here today. Um, so as I watched, what did I notice about student engagement and motivation? I'll cover this for both of them right off the top. Um, the overarching theme, as could be expected, is that the more technology used, the more student engagement. So the more tech, the higher the level of engagement. Um, Generally, more fun can be seen with the. Uh, it was called Planet Turtle, and playing games, review games online. That's clearly a more fun approach. And in case four, uh, the collaborative presentation approach is certainly much more user friendly, so it'd make it a little bit easier to complete partner work, and therefore I believe that would drive engagement up as well. And just based on that motivation uh, up simultaneously, I believe those things are often are associated with each other conversely, and they progress conversely. So specifically to the more specific questions, what was the role of the teacher? So in case one, the teacher really drives home the point that he's able to offer more individual attention to students who need it, but that technology allows other students to move at their own pace. Um, and one thing I did note from that one is that the teacher does press the students to some threshold of understanding before allowing them onto the computers. And then once they're on the computers, the games themselves act as a form of assessment because you don't move on level wise, you don't level up, if you will, until you've mastered a specific aspect of the skill. Specifically, in that, it was addition and subtraction. And so, what new insights to gain about technology integration in the classroom? First of all, he notes that giving students what they need um, as far as individual attention and individual engagement is where the technology really comes in. I disagree. I believe you can certainly engage students without technology. You just need to find other ways to do it. Even a dynamic tone of voice can be effective there. So I don't think you need to spend that much money on tech just to engage students. I don't know that the payoff is I don't know if it's an even payoff. Um, but again, here the idea of the plan, the curriculum coming first before the technological integration is seen here. Um, Using computers, well, he talks about how computers are only one tool available to teachers. Technology is only a handful of tools available to teachers in order to make their curriculum get taught to students. And I think that is probably his best point. So he says that computers are not always the best tool, hands-on experiments aren't always the best tool. And so he cites instances where students will pull out a whiteboard or a piece of paper and do the math problem while still working on the technological, the games. So the role of the teacher in case four, because we already covered engagement motivation as a whole, very much taking a backseat and really depending on collaboration to deepen students' learning. But teachers do, with collaborative presentations like Google Docs, Google Slides, can see what students are doing and quickly edit in order to help their students very, very quickly. And the teacher there talks about how students are best able to learn material when they can teach it to each other. New insights about technology. I've talked about this before, but not necessarily with Google Docs. Is it could be used to partner a student at school with a student at home, or even maybe collaborate between public schools and homeschooling or private schools if that would be allowed. Um, One thing she notes, though, is that a lot of students are tech savvy, and that's not true for everybody, and that's not true for all schools. So one thing that statement does imply is somewhat troubling. It implies that rich schools may use their resources specifically to garner themselves more technology, and that will simply widen the gap between rich and poor because they will get not equal opportunity but a greater opportunity at job employment and really an advantage in the job search as a whole later on because they will have more experience working with technology. And I don't know that that's fair. Um, so that's just one insight that came to me. But again, in total, I don't believe that technology is an exhaustive um, solution to educational issues, but I do believe it's one tool that can be used very effectively. Thanks.